welcome. This is great. We're here with Guy Olivier Potvin. He is the champion nominee. Guy, welcome and congrats on being a finalist for the Burnick Medal
Thank
Awards.
you very much.
Good. Where are you joining us from today?
I'm actually right in Montreal right now.
Oh, so cool. Okay, so how did you come to Georgian and what program did you actually take?
So I started in Georgian in 2015 when I had kind of heard about this school that was a little vague coming out of high school. I was sort of trying to find myself, and I had remembered this automotive business school of Canada. And loving cars, I just knew that I had to go there. So called up this lady named June Martin, who everyone knows as Mama June, and we really connected. And so she said, "Hey, maybe you should try coming out to the school." And so I went for it. I took a student loan and I went for the Automotive Business School of Canada.
And you've been in automotive forever, right? Tell us about your journey to your business today a little bit.
That's a great question. Actually, I didn't. My parents are not from the industry. I have a very different background. I was a bus boy for a while. So really, I had to start from the ground up. And so that led me to lot boy for a dealership group in Montreal, where I was working up. I went into sales, did a bit of marketing, financing, and finally project management.
Excellent. And now you're the founder of Auto Rocket. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your current business?
So Auto Rocket is the new way of purchasing cars online. So traditionally what people do is they go into the dealership, they're looking for a few months for a car, they're trying to understand what's the best fit for me. It's a little vague, there's a bunch of research to finally go to the dealership and go through a 5-hour process, another 2 to 3 days to wait for the car and finally pick it up. So what we do is we flip the script completely. We place your financing on the beginning. So we say, okay, you're able to afford up to $30,000, let's just say, and we're able to show you a list of vehicles that you can actually drive off with that day. So in less than 30 minutes, you can really drive off with your new vehicle. And of course, we talk about cars, but this goes into motorcycles, power sports, and other kind of industries as well.
Very cool. I can feel your energy and your love for it from here. And speaking of that, the entrepreneur journey, what's the biggest thing you either love about entrepreneurship so far?
I think it's the lessons that really come with entrepreneurship is, you see all these videos, you see these Elon Musk, and not to compare myself, but you benchmark and you say, okay, that's maybe what I want to reach for. And what it is a culmination of lessons. And I think for me, the biggest lesson has been learning to listen. And it's been something that I've been having to work on a lot.
Very good. And I'm sure we all continue to learn that lesson on this journey. Guy, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for speaking with us. We can't wait to see how you do.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Hi, Ken. How are you? I hope things are going well. I'd just like you to tell us a little bit about your business and what you've been doing since becoming an entrepreneur.
All right. So I'm the founder of Elite Programmers. And what I do is I help small, medium enterprises to make money by creating their apps, whether it's web services or a web app or anything like that. So for example, one of our customers, they have an online business. They want to expand to have learning modules, payment processing, integrations with Salesforce, Calendly, that kind of thing. And so what we do is we help them take that next big step into a professional level of software.
Excellent. So having started this journey of being an entrepreneur and expanding your business, what have you learned since becoming one?
A few things. One thing I've learned is that, you need to leave your comfort zone. And if you have some kind of, whatever your issues are, you got to take them and just overcome them because, the business world isn't as nice as the social world, I find. And if you want to succeed, you really need to go out there, overcome your difficulties, and step out of that comfort zone into the miracle zone. There's a couple other things I've learned. One that's really good is, working smart as opposed to working hard. And the last most important thing probably is that, I'm in business because I want to make myself happy. And I found that you need to constantly evaluate whether or not what you're doing is driving you towards what you believe is happiness. And if it isn't, you need to pivot.
Is there any special things that you've discovered in your journey? I know you've had people join your company and work with you. Any special things that you've really found surprised you in your journey?
One thing that surprised me is that if you are really good at what you do, you can basically charge any amount of money you want. And if you really are as good as you should be, and you offer that right level of service, then you start realizing that it doesn't matter, like money is not an issue. What matters is customer and service fit. So like, am I giving this customer what they actually need? Now, obviously every industry has its own kind of like what is normal and what's not normal. But if you just become the best in your industry, then the ball is entirely in your court and you can do whatever you want.
Wow, that's exciting. It's a really exciting opportunity for you.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Paul?
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Rebecca, and I completed the business entrepreneurship program at Georgian College a couple of years ago. From that program, I met my business partner named Brianne Morehouse, and together we are the co-founders of Honeybee the Change.
And where are you from originally?
I live in Thornton.
Okay, so not too far away. And when did you start going to Georgian?
A couple of years ago. I came to it a little bit later in life, and I have been wanting to do it for a long time, and I finally jumped in.
Great. And can you tell us a little bit about how your company came to be?
Yes. So it actually began as the final project in the business entrepreneurship program. We needed a final project to flush out a full business plan for and kind of accumulate all of the skills that we'd learned during the program. So I began talking with my future business partner, Brianne, and we discussed all kinds of ideas, and we came up with this business plan. And we ended up pitching it at the Georgian Den pitch competition. And when we came second out of 83 businesses, we knew we were onto something.
So Rebecca, what's the biggest thing that you've learned now that you're an entrepreneur, your own business owner?
I think the biggest thing that I've learned in becoming an entrepreneur is really embodying this idea, this philosophy that we learned throughout the business entrepreneurship program of a lean startup and of testing your ideas before fully investing and committing to them. By following this step-by-step process, you're almost guaranteed not to fail, and we're really seeing the product of that in our business. The philosophy being come up with an idea, research it, and then test it. Do a small test without having to invest in it heavily financially or otherwise, and really get it out there and just see whether the market really is ready to accept what you think it's ready to accept, and then gain that customer feedback. And then at that point, you can pivot and change. And by the time you invest in the idea as a permanent product or a permanent idea, you have got a pretty tried and true concept. And we've been doing all this all the way through our business. And we're growing rapidly. We've found a lot of success recently. And unlike a lot of startups, we have money in the bank. We have tried and tested each of our ideas as they come along, and started them small and tested them in the field. And from a financial point of view, it's been fantastic because our biggest financial problem is currently where to invest our money. We have no debt, and we have a lot of opportunity for growth.
Well, that's a high-class problem. I just want to congratulate you again on your nomination.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Kendra, it's so good to see you this morning, and congratulations on being nominated for the Henry Bernick Medal Awards. It's really a privilege to be nominated, and that means a lot to the people that voted for you. And I look forward to finding out a little bit more. So tell us more about Kendra Rose Jewelry.
Thank you so much, Adam. So my name is Kendra Sewell of Kendra Rose Jewelry. I'm a certified goldsmith who specializes in fine jewelry tailored to the millennial woman. My focus is on natural gems, gold, and fine silver, but I do whatever the customer asks. I've taken 3 years at Georgian, including jewelry and metals, and then my postgrad in goldsmithing. It was amazing. I highly recommend it. And I just came back this last fall and took Further Faster with Don Bourne and Robert Cattle, and the change my business has made has been night and day.
That's fantastic. And if someone's interested in looking at your jewelry and learning more about buying something, where do we go?
So same name as my business, kendrarosejewelry.com. You can shop everything there. You can send me a message, and my Instagram of the same name is good to go. I'm up and on market.
Perfect. And what would you say, like in the last year, what was the biggest thing you've learned as an entrepreneur?
That's a really good question. So the biggest thing I've learned is that entrepreneurship is all about adapting and learning what the customer wants and taking what you've learned in each situation and applying it forward to the next. You may not be successful each time, but when you're constantly using each situation as a means for improvement, there's a small win in everything. And I think this mindset has helped me to get through tough times and to always plan for the future of my business, Kendra Rose Jewelry. And that determination and openness to new ideas, that's helped me go a long way.
It's perfect. And if you had a magic wand beyond Barrie and someone was selling your jewelry in the world, what city would you want your jewelry to be sold in?
I don't know why, but New York. New York just keeps coming to mind. I think I'm meant to be a New Yorker in the future.
I like it.
I like to drive. I want to walk everywhere. I like bold statement things.
And if there was a female artist, millennial artist, who would you pick to say, hey, at their Emmy Awards or Grammy Awards, you'd be wearing Kendra Rose jewelry? Who would it be?
Oh, that's such a good question. There's a local artist. Her name is Elle Marico, and I think about her all the time. She's a huge style influence of mine. But bigger than that, I think honestly Bella Hadid or somebody like that. Somebody like one of the big fashion icons of the year.
Well, that's fantastic, Kendra. I wish you all the best and good luck at winning your award.
Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate it.
Sam, congratulations on your nomination. How about you tell us a little bit about who you are and what your business is all about?
Yeah, so my name is Sam. I'm the president and CEO of ExpoGain. We're based here in Barrie, Ontario, but we work with customers all around the world. Throughout my whole life, I've always been a technology guy. So high school, college, it's always been a technology-centric sort of environment that I've placed myself in. Making websites, I think I wrote my first website when I was, I'd say back in elementary school, but then into high school, I tried to take as many tech courses as possible. And then at Georgian College, I took the computer programmer analyst 3-year program, and now I'm here.
And can you tell us a little bit more about the business?
Yeah, so ExpoGain helps customers develop proprietary 3D design software, particularly in a space called, on a platform called CET Designer. My first full-time job out of college was in the area, in the space. And then I had the great opportunity in 2018 to join the manufacturer of that software as an implementation partner. So, we bring our skills and expertise to various different companies. And recently we started working on our own internal sort of solution for the platform called ExpoGain Analytics.
So what's the biggest thing you've learned since becoming an entrepreneur?
So, you know what? I think back a lot to this particular instance in my life. Back when I was working full-time in my first sort of full-time job, spending, doing the 9 to 5, and it was good. It was good. It really made sense. And it paid the bills, and it was a great experience. And it was a chance to work with some great people. But I always thought about what it would be like to go out on my own and run my own business. And I thought it would be, pretty easy, pretty flexible. Although the flexibility is still there, it's not at all easy. It is a process. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So
I can relate to that. Well, good luck tonight, Tim.